YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coleen and this is Lochabay Stitches and this is Flosstube number 8. So we're almost to the end of February, so hopefully you had a great stitching month. Mine went pretty good, I can't complain. The only thing I'll complain about is that cold weather we had, and you know what, it's just because down here in Texas we are not used to that. So hopefully wherever you're at, everything is getting back to normal, or as normal as it can be. Like I said, the weather has gotten pretty nice here the last few days, that all of our snow is gone, all the ice is gone. And I was able to work out in the garage the last couple days because it wasn't freezing cold out there. So I know I'm a bit of a baby, but it's just too cold to work out there. So that made me happy to get out there and get some stuff done. So I'll have some things to show you today from what I'm working on. So we're going to do a me and Miss Marguerite's in stages today. And then I'll just show some of the stitching that I worked on this week and some other stuff. So first, I'll start with my only finish that it should have been done last week, so it probably doesn't really count, but it's Sue Hillis in the gang, or Sue Hillis's Noah's in the gang. Noah in the gang, that's bad. But I think if you saw a couple videos ago, this was a frame that I just picked up at Goodwill. And then the inside frame was just something that I had laying around in the garage that I cut down. So it's all ready to hang. So I'm super excited. This can go on my wall of Noah's Arks. So I have quite a few Noah's Arks. That's my one favorite thing to stitch. And of course, then anything else that catches my eye. But I would say in order, probably Noah's Ark, Halloween, Advent, and then everything else. And like I said before, like I'm a super eclectic hodgepodge stitcher. Sometimes I look people that do only samplers and I'm like, oh, I should have done that because they're just so pretty. But I kind of like looking around and just seeing like my little like congregations of different types of stitching, and sometimes they look good together, you know, like you have like a sampler hanging next to something like cute and whimsical. So it works for me. That's kind of like my style, a little bit of everything. So this week, so I've been doing the 1 a week challenge. And this week I did get a little bit behind, so I really don't have a finish for this week, but I'll show you my progress. So this one counts for last week, but this was hands-on design, First Frost, and it's the shorter snowman. And love the colors in this one. They're just so pretty. They came out just like the picture, really. And then, so this week I was supposed to have been stitching on the tall one, but because of the weather and the mail getting so falling behind, I ordered some wool felt because when I finish them, I want to put a nose on the snowman. And so I ordered some wool felt that's still in transit. There's not even any update on the tracking, so I honestly don't even know where it's at, but it has been shipped. So I'll just have to wait for it. And then I did order, the way I'm going to finish them, I had to order a couple wood things, so I'm still waiting for those. So in the meantime, I switched up my rotation just to accommodate that. So next week, I'll stitch the tall one, so that way hopefully the mail will catch up this week and then I can finish them out. So that one is ready to go as soon as I get all of those other moving parts. So in the meantime, this week for stitching, I chose for my 1 a week challenge. So before I say that, the reason why I partially switched up because it was the mail, but as I was going through my closet of finishes to see what I had frames laying around or something that might work, I picked out this pattern because I have a frame that'll work for it. But I stitched this in 2013, but this came out of Cross-Stitcher magazine from March 2009, but it's Dare to Be Different. And I changed the hair to blonde just because. So I just love these, and I love cross stitches that have like empowering, like uplifting messages. So sometimes when you're having a bad day, you can just look at your wall and be like, dare to be different. So that one, I have a frame that would work for it. It's kind of like a rustic, it's not painted yet, but it's just like rustic rough wood. So it'll go inside this frame. And then I'll probably do some wood cutouts and some wire or something on it. Probably with the flowers, those like white flowers that are in her hair. Maybe something with a bird, and then maybe it can hang in my laundry bird room. Well, we'll see. Sometimes I just have to wait until I start working on stuff and then ideas spark. So I had saw that one and picked it out. So I was going through my stash and I was like, oh, I know what I can stitch that kind of goes along that line. So I picked out, it's from You-Jardin Prive, I'm sorry. It's Be You, Just You. And I did change on her skirt, it was like a tan color, so I changed it to a sky. And then I, of course, changed the hair to blonde. But I am going to rip it out, and I'm going to try and find either something, it's too yellow. So I'm either going to make it more golden or just more muted. I thought I would like it and it would grow on me as I stitched, and then I stitched it. And of course, I stitched all of it and then decided I didn't like it. Couldn't decide halfway through, could I? No. So, but I'm not unhappy with it. It's just not like the right shade. It's just too bright or something. So I'm going to work on that this week and get caught up. So that one will be done next week. And then I'm going to go right back into my rotation of finishing the tall First Frost Snowman. Like I said, I hope that the mail catches itself up and I can get working on those because I want to finish those because they're just so cute. So for my 1 a week rotation, that will put me through for if I do First Frost this week, and it'll take me into March. It'll get me all caught up. So I decided for March, my stitching challenges were going to be critter related. So I went through my stash and I trashed like whatever rotation that I had coming up, and I picked out 4 critter patterns. So I'm going to stitch one from Stitchy Kitty, the dog did it. And then another one from Hands On Design, the Wolf Block Party. And I ordered the pins from just another button company, the one that's like the dog mini one. So there's like a little dog, a bone, and a heart. And then I did contact them, and hopefully it's okay to say this, but instead of buying the set that spelled out wolf with the little paw print, I contacted them and asked them if I could just buy certain letters so I could spell out the dog's name. So I ended up, so they said yes. And so I bought the letters SAM. So those will get put in the top of the pin cushion too. So hopefully that all comes really soon because I'm really excited to do that one. So that'll be the second one. Then there's another Stitchy Kitty that I pulled out from a magazine, and I'll double check which one it is, but it's Woodland Critters, super cute. And then the last one is, I'll have to look. Oh, I pulled out, I don't know how I missed this, but it was a stitch along with Thy Needle. It was the Mary and Minty. I'm not sure how I missed that, but I will say between September and December, I got 0 stitching done last year because we were moving and trying to sell a house and buy a house, and it was crazy town. So that's probably how I missed it. And then when I was looking through her stuff too, I don't know how I missed Women of the Mayflower either, but that one is like, I might have to search that one out too. But anyway, so I'm gonna post later. I'll post my like stitching challenges for like the next couple months, and hopefully that way if I make it public, then I have to stick to it and stop changing it because I'm bad about that. Like I get bored or something, I don't know. But anyway, so the other thing I worked on this week, this was a work in progress. It's in my rotation. It's from Fuzzy Fox from Etsy, and it was Pretty Little Produce. And I think originally this was a stitch along, but I bought it just as a regular pattern. So I am all, this guy up here in the corner, that's the top row up here. So I'm only 12 fruits and vegetables from finishing. So not too much farther to go. And I'm sure if I just took about 3 or 4 nights in a row, I could probably get it done. But it just depends. It'll probably take me a couple more weeks to hammer this one out. But it's super cute, and I can't wait to finish it. So almost there, and then I can take it out of the rotation and put something else in. But then of course that'll go into the framing pile, which doesn't seem to be getting much smaller. Not as small as I had hoped, but because it seems like I'm just framing the new finishes lately, and that's really bad. So I need to start getting in that closet and framing some of that older stuff. So of course, with all of the weather and stuff, I did do a little stash shopping, so I'll share that next. So I think I ordered that wool fabric. So that actually is going to help me finish the hands-on design snowman, and also the other hands-on design, because I'm changing it out, the hop on in, so the little banner that goes on the bottom. So I have that like out there. I did take someone's suggestion. I think they said, I'm blanking on the store name. It was either Dove Stitch or someplace else. But they pointed me in the direction of this fabric that it has snowflakes printed on it. So I ended up ordering like this pale blue with snowflakes fabric. And of course that's not me down a rabbit hole, because then you're like, oh, look at that fabric. That would be great for fill in the blank. And so, but thank you, because I ended up ordering that blue fabric. So that will be for Santa's Advent from Doreen Jones. So I have to hurry up and get some more stuff done so I can get that in the rotation. But I ordered that, and then I ordered, of course, the pins and the wolf block party pattern from Hands On Design. So that's coming. And then somebody had pointed me in the direction of, they thought I would like the primitive hair Betsy Ross pattern. So of course, yes, I do like it. I like it a lot. And I'm not even actually like a patriotic stitcher, but yeah, I wanted to stitch this because I have an idea of something I want to do for it. So I'll have to look. I'm not sure if I want to do it on that fabric or not. Probably just something more like antique, probably over dyed brown or something. So of course, while I was there, I was like, well, I can't just let it come home alone. So while I was on her site, I did also purchase, because I don't have one, so that's a good reason to buy it, right? Is the Queen of Needles needle book spring. So I don't know if you can see, it has like a bunny and then the different spots for the different needles. But I just really liked it. And plus, it's almost spring. It feels like spring out here anyway. So I was like, hey, I'll get that and put it in my stash too. So not sure when it'll get there, but I really would like to make a needle book, and I like that one. So with that, so this is what I worked out in the garage this week. So this is part of the me and Miss Marguerite's in stages. So I think a couple times ago I showed my finish. This was Hop On In from Hands On Design. So it looks a little muted, probably because it's so bright in here, but it actually doesn't look that muted in person. But I'll put it all kind of back together. So then I have the buttons that spell out hop that go across the bottom. And this is one, like I said, that I'm waiting for that orange wool fabric that I ordered to finish out the little banner that goes across the bottom that the buttons sit on. So this is, I'm going to stand up. This is how the frame is going to look. So it's all just like raw and unpainted and in stages. But it's like a little, I don't know if that's kind of to show you the shape. So it's like a little tavern sign, since it's like an inn, like that you would like come and stay at. So whoops, at the top, there's going to be a little carved like jumping bunny up here. And then on the bottom of the frame, I'm going to have a sign that hangs from the bottom that you can flip that says vacancy or no vacancy. So this one I'll be excited to work on, especially carving the rabbit. He was so much fun to cut out. I'll show you a little close-up of him. So that's what he looks like. And so I just need to pin that out and paint that. So that's the first one that I worked on this weekend. And then the second one, this one's kind of big. So this was from probably a couple weeks ago. I showed from Heart in Hand. It's the, whoops, falling apart. The Boom Boom Snowman. So that's how he came out. And I replaced the buttons that Sammy helped me lose with scrapbooking brads. So that's how he came out. So this sign, my idea was I wanted the sign to say Hello Spring. So my idea was for like hello to replace the O with a flower. But the more I thought about it, I was like, if people don't get that the flower is supposed to be the O, then it's just going to look like my sign says H-E-L-L. And that might look weird. So I ended up switching it to say Welcome Spring. So the O in welcome is still going to be a flower. And then the I in spring is going to be like the stem of the flower. So let me put this all back together for you. So it's kind of, so I can kind of show you what the idea is. So kind of like the Hop On In, the cross stitch is going to sit down in that little wood frame. But this is what Hopefully it doesn't all fall apart. So this is what it kind of looks like without having to tilt it up too far. So it's kind of like a rustic wood frame, and then it's probably hard to see, but I kind of sketched out the word. It says spring, but the I is going to be the stem of the flower right here, and then the flower up here, and then it'll say welcome. And then I'm going to carve a couple more bigger flowers that look like this orange one in the pattern. And then this one, I'll take all the stuff off of it. On the board, I'll probably drill a couple holes and there'll be like a piece of jute so that you can just hang it like that. So that's my idea for that one. And then I'll probably make some sort of wire hanger for the hop on in pattern. So yeah, so that, like I said, this will kind of give you like a close-up. So that'll be like the stem of the flower on the thing, and then a bigger flower and a smaller flower. And then I'll just carve these and I'll paint them to look, like I said, that orange with like the red dot in the middle. So then that'll be that. So that one, so my goal for this week, I don't know that I can get both of them done this week just because of everything else that I have going on. So I had to pick one, so I'm going to go ahead and try and get the spring one done so that I can hang that up. So spring will be the next one that I do this week. So that's about all I got done this week. I'm going to show though today. I'm going to try and each week pull something down off the wall to show. And so this week, I think to date, I would say this is probably my largest finish. Normally I don't work on projects that are really huge. Because like I said, the whole lose interest thing, like I think up in my closet, I have about 4 or 5 larger projects that I need to get back into, but you just start working on them and you lose interest. So this one though, from the moment I bought it, I knew I was just going to finish it. And I bought it in January of 2015 and I finished it before the end of the year. I think it was probably about October. So I would say it took me about 10 months of pretty like steady stitching. Like that's all I would work on was that and not too much else. But it's from an Etsy designer and she's from France. So I'm not going to attempt the store name so I don't slaughter it, but I will put the information down below. Her first name is Marie, and I won't attempt her last name either, so I don't cause any disrespect, because I don't know French at all, like the pronunciations. But super nice lady when I corresponded with her, and to me it was worth the cost of the pattern for the finish, because as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. But it is a Noah's Ark, and it's very large, so I'll show it to you. I would say it's probably about 4 feet tall, so I'm like 5'9", so it's pretty large. So I'll try to do my best to show you. But it's Noah's ABC, and I'll link the pattern down below. But let's see if I can do it without hitting the ceiling fan. But it's pretty tall, so that's a closer up. But it's all ABC. And I think the only thing that I changed in this pattern were the letters. I used all over dyed flosses. So I might have changed the color a little bit, but so this is one of my, well, I would say this is my all-time favorite finish that I have. 1, because it's Noah's Ark, and 2, because it's actually so big and I actually finished it. So I take pride in knowing that I did both of those things. Let's see, other than that, this week, so I'm gonna, like I said, try to get as much as I can done on these 2 frames that I already started, and I will try to throw in another pull something out of the closet to finish, whether it's that Dare to Be Different or something else out of the closet, who knows. I probably should focus and stop like flitting around, but that's just me. And then I did print off, though, for this week, a DMC shopper's checklist, because I have a few colors that I'm completely out of, and that's just wrong, right? But I started sorting some of those bags of random flosses that were like leftovers from finished projects. And there's a lot, but I probably got about 3 bags sorted out. So I have a pile of ones that still need to be bobbinated, but I did finally get in the mail yesterday another double-sided jammer's case, because I have 3, but they're full. So this will help me get all of the rest of my flosses organized. And I think I came up with an idea that I'll share as soon as I start it. of how I'm going to hang my overdyed flosses, because I don't want to wrap them on bobbins anymore. And I might even start like de-bobbining the overdyeds. My DMC though, that'll stay on bobbins. It's just easier for me, and I don't mind winding floss. It's like one of those things I like to do too, like a lot of people, right? And so I got to start working on that, because like I said, I know I'm out of a few colors, and maybe take a trip to Austin to Joann's or something if they have a sale. If not, I'll just get it here. And then the rest of this week, I need to sort and kit like the rest of my upcoming weekly challenges, and reorganize the order that I wanted to stitch them in. And then other than that, just wait for all the stuff that I ordered to come in. So that's always fun, right? Go to the mailbox for Happy Mail. So yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna concentrate, like I said, on working on those. My fruits and vegetables, see how far I can get getting those done, and then getting caught back up on the weekly challenge. So that's about it from my corner of the world. Hopefully next week I'll have some finished stuff to show you. And sorry I was a little bit thin in that department today, but I still wanted to put something out to share what I have. And sometimes I think it's neat to see how things start out and then how they end up, like how you got from point A to point B. So anyway, I hope you have a great week, and things are going good in your corner of the world, wherever you're at. And I will see you next week with more finishes and frames. And until then, happy stitching. Bye.